Relationships. I cannot overemphasize the amount of effect which this particular area has on our entire life. If you have a really good relationship, then your life seems to be like a joy. Your life seems to be like a festival. But if you have a damaged relationship, then your entire life seems to be like a hell and you have no passion and no joy for anything. So, let me tell you a story of a greatest young man, Stephen Hawking. We all know Stephen Hawking as one of the greatest scientists. He was fantastic in his theories about this universe. You know how the universe should have been constructed, how universe should have been created. He has shared tremendous amount of knowledge with this particular world. But do you know what provoked this particular person called Stephen Hawking to be such a great person? Do you know there is a hidden story behind his back? And I'm going to share the same story with you. When Stephen Hawking was a child, he was a brilliant student and very brilliant at mathematics. He was a very great mathematician. He just developed his interest for astronomy and he just continued to pursue this particular field, and he just kept on thinking about the universe, the way it has been created. And at the age of 23, where most of the people have so much of passion for living, where most of the people have so much of blast of energy, at this particular age, this person, Stephen Hawking, was diagnosed with ALS. It is a syndrome where slowly you will lose every body function, every muscle function. Slowly you will lose the functioning of your fingers, functioning of your hand, and slowly every muscle in your body loses its function, loses the capability even to move. So he became quadriplegic soon. He became a person who is stick to the wheelchair. And at that particular time, he was unable to move a finger of his body. And how pathetic is that? Totally you are paralyzed below your neck. Nothing works, right? So how do you feel? We feel like dead inside. And you know, Stephen Hawking was no more a superhero, no more a superman than you and I. He was a common human being. At that age, getting paralyzed below the neck is like a terrible thing which could happen to anybody. And Stephen Hawking, like anybody else, even he was totally shattered, and even he thought so many times to give up on his particular life. But you know what gave him a reason to live? A right woman. Yes, my dear friends, his reason to stay alive and his reason to share his wonderful gift with this entire universe was having a right woman in his life. This particular woman loved him. After even he becoming a quadriplegic, he got diagnosed with this particular ALS. But even after then, she loved Stephen Hawking. She gave him unconditional love. He could not even move an inch, but this girl persisted. She stayed with him, this right woman. She stayed with him and she married him, and she has given him an immense amount of unconditional love. And when Stephen Hawking understood that people care for him, right? Because this act of that woman really made him so much concerned and really opened his mindset about human beings. He thought that every human being do really care, and in return, I have to do something for this mankind. I have to do something for this entire world. And then is when this great scientist, Stephen Hawking, unleashed his source of knowledge, and he has given this world so much from his wonderful knowledge. What a great man, what a great life, right? We all know that. So that's how powerful right relationships are, my dear friends. A right lady or a right man can ignite the passion in you, can ignite some kind of energy inside you which can really change this entire world, which can change your entire life on the face of this earth. So relationships really have such a great power. It is everything. Imagine you have a very bad day at job or business. The one place where you look for the comfort is your relationships. But what happens if you do not find that comfort even in your relationships? Life feels like dead, right? Hey friends, this is Abhishek Sannidhi talking about how to repair your relationships and 10 steps, 10 lessons for lasting relationships. Let's go ahead and look at the lesson number 2 of this particular series of 10 steps of lasting relationships. And the lesson number 2, which is most vital for a proper sustainability of your relationship, is nothing but give your partner some personal space. this is the most important fact which I have ever studied, that if people feel that their freedom is being shattered, then they are even ready to leave those people whom they love immensely. Because in any particular relationship, or maybe wholly in the life as well, freedom is one such emotion which is so much important for our sustainability. You have to accept it no matter what. Every human being craves freedom, especially in our country like India, where you get controlled by from your childhood, right? From your childhood, your parents first control you. You do not have the entire freedom there. You do not have the entire freedom with your friends. You do not have the entire freedom anywhere else. So you expect this entire freedom to do anything, to talk anything, to have any kind of conversation, to be completely yourself, completely open. Then you find this one particular place, you look forward for this one particular special kind of place called your intimate relationships, and you always expect that these are the places where I can go ahead and open myself up and be totally free, right? So that's the reason, from your childhood as well, this relationship is such an emotion. Whenever you started thinking about, whenever you at least had a thought about having a boyfriend or a girlfriend in your life, there were butterflies in your stomach, don't you think? Yes. Why? Because you look forward for so many things, and in that so many things, freedom is one of the most important hidden thing as well. But if you find that you are losing your freedom after getting into your relationship, then things become really terrible, right? If you are really a possessive person and you are really being possessive with your boyfriend or girlfriend, then trust me, your relationship is going to be in an end situation, and you never want that to happen, do you? See, relationship is such a thing which you really love and really value the most, and for you to have that relationship in a proper sustainable order, I would like to tell you, stop being over possessive, because that kills any relationship, right? Because what I really feel is, I already told you about law of familiarity. If you be over possessive, you just stick around with your partner all the time, look at her or look at him, what they are doing, why they are doing every single thing. If you just go ahead and if you do not stop thinking about these particular things in every small matter, then trust me, your relationships are gonna be in a vein, because this law of familiarity comes into the picture then as well, right? So the one simple thing which I would like to tell you is, let your partner enjoy their freedom, because before you, even they had a life, but even after that particular relationship with you, these people, if they are losing their life, their previous life, because before you there were so many priorities, but after you coming in, if they feel that they are losing their sense of joy, that they are losing their sense of responsibilities, and they are losing their sense of their life, then that relationship won't be valued anymore, and you won't seem to be a special person anymore. So give them the freedom, give them the joy, give them some personal space, because personal space is really important in any kind of relationship. That's it from this particular lesson. Thank you so much. This is your friend Abhishek Sannidhi signing off. Live strong and live with love.